YouTube. This is Vargas recording back again in the Vargas Vault. Uh, yeah, it's after New Year, so I like anything. I had a whole bunch of stuff planned, didn't quite work out. But I wanted to wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas, a very late Happy Merry Christmas, and a very Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a lot of fun with your family during Christmas, and I hope you celebrated like it's on sale for $19.95 during New Year's. Me and the family for Christmas we spent time with my wife's family, so I spent time with my in-laws. A lot of fun. It's a big family, so they got together and we did a whole bunch of cool stuff. And my daughter and my son opened their Christmas present, so that was cool. And for New Year's, we spent New Year's with my family. So my family's not as big as my wife's family. It's a much smaller family, so we spent it there, and it was pretty cool. Everyone had a lot of fun, so I wish everyone out there also has a lot of fun. Health-wise, me and the family are doing good. This is a pickup video, but also I wanted to do what was my weird effect there. Also wanted to do a update. So the storyline situation is still up in the air. Basically, again, I just need the house to myself so I can record what I have planned for the conclusion of the whole battle with Macabro. So I need that time, but gonna do some Tales from the Vargas Vault. I want to do some Tales from the Vargas Vault. I haven't done that in a while. Also, I want to start doing reviews again. And I want to do some Tales from the Vargas Vault with my kid. With my daughter. She's old enough. I already posted a video. A pickup video with her. And my main concern with my kid was that she wouldn't have the patience to sit with me in front of a camera and talk about all the stuff we've gotten. But that worked out pretty well. So I'm going to do short videos with her. Hopefully that will work out. Health-wise, we're all doing pretty good. It's freaking cold. I'm a very hot-blooded person. I hate the summer because I overheat a lot. But this winter, we've gotten back to it actually being winter. It's cold, and I like the cold. I prefer the cold over the heat because I can put on a sweater or one of these thermal things, and I can manage the cold. But I can't do anything about the heat. Even if I drink cold water and I'm at a cool place, if it's too hot, I overheat real bad. But it's really cold, and I still haven't gotten over that weird flu thing I had. The only thing I have is the sore throat. I still have a sore throat, and sometimes I cough. And my kids are the same way. You can hear them, their little throats be sore, and they still have the cough, so we're still dealing with that. But other than that, everyone's okay, and I hope everyone out there is also okay. So that's the future of the channel for 2019. This year, well, I pretty much say this every year, but I do want to cut back as much as I can on buying stuff. I've cut back a lot on comic books. Just really chopped a whole bunch of comic books. Video games, except what I'm going to show here, I very rarely get video games. Movies, it's actually been 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah, because Movie Free Bazaar took a 2-week vacation, so I haven't bought anything from him. And I still bought a little bit of movies here and there. When I do the DVD pickup video, I'll showcase what I got there. So yeah, I'm thinking of ways to diversify the channel. Macabro's gonna come back. Don't worry about it. Macabro's gonna come back, and do movie reviews, both him and myself. Include my kids. So I'm thinking of ways to diversify the channel as much as I can. And I have all these ideas in my head. I just need time. I just need time to actually record it, and then I want to edit it and everything. And then time's the main thing I got, and I very rarely have time to actually record. But I'm trying to figure stuff out. So let's see how that works out. So that was a quick channel update, life update, basic update. I also have stuff that I've gotten through the months, and I actually misplaced. One moment, please, because I actually, like an idiot, I left the things I'm going to talk about away from what I was actually going to talk about. So, in this video, I wanted to give a quick update and also share some pickups, non-DVD. So, I picked up some CDs. CDs are going the way of the dodo, unfortunately. Best Buy doesn't carry CDs anymore. Last time I went to Walmart, their section was still there, but it was very small. I haven't been to a Target in a while, but I'm pretty sure Target is also phasing out CDs. So if you go to flea markets or if you go to a record store that still sells CDs, because we have one here in Mexico, you should probably get those CDs that you want now if you're a physical collector, because they're disappearing. CDs, I think, are going to be the first casualty of the digital streaming download age. DVDs and Blu-rays might hang on for a little bit more, but CDs are definitely, they're basically out the door. And a lot of collectors that I know, myself included, are getting CDs because of that. I'm a physical media collector. I've mentioned this before. I like physical media, so I'm getting as much physical media as I can. So, CDs, I picked up, this one I picked up from Movie Pixar a good while ago. And I picked it up because I saw it and I was like, he had it cheap. It's a 10 CD set of the complete national anthems of the world. So basically it has all the national anthems for the countries as of 2013, played by an orchestra. So I like I said, he had this super cheap, it's 10 CDs, and has all the anthems of every country that existed in 2013. Probably now these countries don't exist anymore, especially places like in Russia or something like that. But I like the Mexican national anthem, I like the American national anthem, I like the Japanese national anthem, the English national anthem from England, and the Canadian national anthem. But some of these other countries, because I watched the Olympics and their national anthems were pretty cool. So I thought this was pretty cool. My wife's a teacher, so maybe it would, I don't know, maybe she has like a project she could use this for, or one of my kids that will go to school, they might need it. I don't know. I'm thinking ahead, but I still thought that was a pretty cool thing to own. And I picked up the Cranberry CD. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? And I picked this one up because of Linger. I really like that song. And of course, the vocalist from the Cranberries unfortunately died, so yeah, picked that one up. Hope the camera doesn't shake too much. And I picked up Limp Bizkit Presents Chocolate Starfish and a Hot Dog Flavored Water. I picked this one up because I wanted the Rolling song and the My Generation. The Rolling song because for a time it was the intro music for The Undertaker, and the My Generation mix, I like that one. Still need to get the other one that has some other songs that I like from them. Went to that music store, the music store we have here in Mexico. They had the sale, and I had points on the credit card, and the points on the credit card basically allow me to buy stuff for free, basically. Because every purchase I use on the credit card for, I accumulate points. Every payment I make on the credit card, I accumulate points. So I had a bunch of points. So I bought Alice in Chains Facelift. I've been hunting for this DVD for this CD. I'm sorry, for a long while because it has Man in the Box, and the whole song track list in this is pretty awesome. But the main one that I wanted this for was Man in the Box, because I would play the hell out of that song in Rock Band, and I really like that CD. Then to try to complete my Metallica collection, I picked up Garage Inc., the 2-disc CD set. which has Garage Inc. and Garage Inc. Revisited. Garage Inc. Is out of print, so this is a good way to get both. I have all the studio CDs for Metallica, so that collection is complete. I needed this one, and the only ones of Metallica that I'm missing are the live concert CDs. The one they did in Mexico City, I need that one, and the one they did in a little bar, I forget the name, and the one where it's the big four with Slayer, Megadeth, and Metallica, and someone else. So yeah, if I wanted to be and I am an obsessive compulsive freak, I would buy all of that. If I come across it cheap, I'll buy it. But yeah, I just freaking love Metallica. So I wasted all the points on that, and for my wife, I got her for Christmas the '90s Pop Tour 2. But basically, this is a reunion tour of a lot of the big pop artists from the '90s that were in Mexico, and I got the first one for her, and it's a 2 CD DVD combo pack, so it has the music on 2 CDs, and it has the DVD of the show that they did in Mexico City. So my wife loves the hell out of the first one, and she said that she wanted the second one, and I got it for her for Christmas, so that's for her. Then I picked up a White Zombie, La Sexorcisto. I really like Rob Zombie. Well, I like early Rob Zombie, but I've never come across White Zombie, which is Rob Zombie's band before he became, he separated and did Rob Zombie. And I love the cover art. I love this. I like this. So this is pretty cool. And I want to get more White Zombie and more early Rob Zombie, because later Rob Zombie wasn't that good. Then went to a flea market and picked up Lady Gaga, The Fame. And I picked it up for a couple of songs. It has Just Dance, Poker Face, and it doesn't have another one that I like. But because she released another one called The Fame Monster, that's like a compilation of this one and the other songs that I like. So if I come across that one cheap, I'd like to get it, because a lot of people might not like Lady Gaga, but her music is pretty cool. And then I picked up the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood, Sugar, Sex, Magic. I don't own enough Red Hot Chili Peppers in my collection. My favorite CD of them is Californication, but every time Movie Freak Bazaar brings it, it sells out really fast, so I can't freaking get it. And Lady Gaga's interest in Lady Gaga has risen ever since she did that movie with Bradley Cooper. So all of a sudden, a lot of people are re-interested in Lady Gaga, so all her stuff is selling out. Picked up some video games, not a lot. For the PlayStation 2, I picked up Hard Rock Casino. Found this dirt cheap at a flea market. So I was like, it's not scratched. I'll add it to the collection. For my daughter, I picked this one up. Let me just remove this GameStop sticker. This was from a flea market. Also got it dirt cheap. Sometimes, depending on where you find the places or where you shop, you might come across a place that sells DVDs, and in between those DVDs, you might find very rarely now. You might find a GameCube game. You might find a PlayStation 2 game. Recently, you can probably come across some shovelware for the Wii. But for my daughter, I picked this one. The cover art is really interesting because it looks like really poorly photoshopped, but it's from THQ, so I'm hoping it's at least playable. But it's Gallop and Ride. My daughter is getting into horses because of Barbie and Strawberry Shortcake, so I picked this one up for her. Paid the price of a DVD for this one, so it's 50 cents. And supposedly you can take care of your horses and groom them and ride them, so it might be something that she would like. There's actually a way better professional racing game simulator called... now I blanked out on the name. Tecmo releases this this series on the PlayStation and I know they released a couple on the Wii. But that's more like the Kentucky Derby kind of thing. This one's just a casual take care of your horses simulator, feed them and then ride them, which my daughter might like a lot. I'm not a huge fan of Madden. I because I'm not a huge fan of the NFL. I like watching the Super Bowl. I'll watch the hell out of the Super Bowl, and every year I watch the Super Bowl. But in my family, we were never big into NFL and baseball. Baseball and NFL are the two sports that we didn't much care for. We love soccer because if you're in Mexico or around the world, you kind of have to like soccer. But the sport that my favorite sport is basketball. I love the hell out of basketball. I played basketball, not professionally, but I played basketball when I was younger, and I love every single basketball video game. So Madden, it's okay. I got no problem with the NFL itself. I just never got into it. But I saw this one cheap, and this is Madden for the Wii, Madden '09 All Play. Has your motion controls on a Madden game. It has some arcade features as well. So I was like, why not? For the Wii, I'm still missing a FIFA game or a winning 11 soccer game. So that's the only thing I'm missing. Then I picked up Circus Star. This is shovelware, completely shovelware. It's made by Majesco, who is not a very reliable developer. But I grew up in the time of the circus. My parents, I remember there was a circus, I don't know, like 10 blocks from my house. A circus would be put up, and it was the easiest thing for my dad to take us to see the circus. And it was cheap. Back in the day, it was really, really cheap to go see a circus. So I have very fond memories of that. Recently saw The Greatest Showman, which is like supposedly it's the story of Ringling Brothers and I forgot the name of the. My memory's shit, but it's the story of the Barnum and Bailey circus, and who I think is gone now, unfortunately, because it got a lot of flack because of its treatment of animals, so it just closed down, and that's a damn shame. That's happening to a lot of circuses now. The only circus you can see nowadays is Cirque du Soleil, and that's not the same. I mean, I agree they mistreated their animals. Any circus mistreated their animals, but that's what made it fun. See the lions and the elephants and stuff like that. So I picked this one up, hoping I haven't played it, but I'm hoping it has it captures that magic of the circus, because that would be pretty cool to share with my kids. And my wife bought this one, and we bought Monopoly for the Wii, which is like the eternal game if you ever played. If you ever sit down and play Monopoly, that a good game of Monopoly can go on for hours and hours, because you think you're gonna be cleared out, and then someone lands on your property, and then you get money again, and you can start doing stuff. So it's an eternal game, but I've never played it virtually. I played Mario Party, which is kind of like it, but never Monopoly on the Wii, and I've never seen Monopoly on the Wii. I never saw it at GameStop or something like that, so pick that one up. And I think I mentioned this before, but for my birthday, my wife and my kids got me the Super Nintendo Mini, and I've been wanting the mini versions of the Nintendo console since they came out. The Nintendo Mini, the NES Classic, the little version of the Nintendo, came out, and it was sold out everywhere. You couldn't find the thing because everyone pre-bought it, and then they would sell it back for double or triple the price of what it would cost, which it cost $60. And every Nintendo lover was real pissed that they didn't release enough consoles of the Nintendo Mini. And my wife tried to get it for me 2 years ago. but you couldn't get it. Then she tried for Christmas, couldn't get it. So I was bummed out. But then Nintendo released the Super Nintendo Classic, and they re-released the Nintendo Mini. So I was like, oh, I want that so bad. So when my birthday came along, she was like, you can choose one. You can either choose the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo. And I was like, I want both. But if I have to choose one, I'll choose the Super Nintendo because it has Star Fox 2. And then maybe for Christmas I can get the Nintendo Classic. But she was like, no. If you get this, because it's $80, if you get this, you won't be getting the Nintendo Classic. So I was like, I was bummed out. I'm not gonna lie, I was bummed out that I didn't get it for Christmas. But recently, Nintendo released an article that said that they were actually going to stop production of the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo Classic. So they weren't going to do that anymore. They already released what they released, and they were going to stop production of both consoles. And that my immediate thought in my head was like, oh crap! Now I gotta get the $60 because I've seen it. It's still available at GameStop, Walmart, and Target. Well, I haven't gone to a Target, but I've seen it at a bunch of Walmarts and a bunch of GameStops. So I was like, oh shit, if news gets out and the scalpers find out about this, they're going to buy everything that they can because people aren't going to be able to get any more of these, and then they're going to start the cycle again of selling it for double, triple price. So I didn't get it for Christmas, but we went to the States, and I was like, damn it, I've been trying to, lower my credit card debt. But I was like, if I don't get this thing now, I'm never going to get it, and I'm going to be super, super disappointed. So I popped in the credit card, and I bought the Nintendo Classic Edition, or the Nintendo NES Mini. Unlike the Super Nintendo that has 21 games, this one has 30 games. And realistically, it could fit more, because the Nintendo games only had like a megabyte, and that's like a lot. I think it has less than a megabyte. Flash drives can go on the gigabyte, so you can literally fit the whole library, the whole Nintendo library, into a gigabyte memory card. But Nintendo's like, no, we'll only fit 30, and it's okay. The game selection is pretty cool. The only thing, I don't know if I went into an alternate universe, or I dreamt it, or I misread it, but I clearly remember that when they announced the Nintendo Classic, it had Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. I clearly remember seeing that. I even remember seeing a video review of it, and they mentioned that it had Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. So I was like, I want it because of that, because you can have all 3 Castlevanias. But I got this, connected it, and it only has Castlevania 1 and 2, which is still cool, but Castlevania 3 is a really good game, so that sucks. But it does have Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, which is cool. It has both Zeldas. It has Donkey Kong. It has Punch-Out, not Mike Tyson Punch-Out, but Mike Tyson featuring Mr. Dream, which is the version they released after they lost the Mike Tyson license. It doesn't have Contra, but it has Super C, and that's weird. I would put Super C and Contra, both of them. It has Mega Man 2, but not Mega Man 1, which is weird. It has Double Dragon 2, which is cool because Double Dragon 2 is the better one. Has Dr. Mario Excitebike. Has Ninja Gaiden, which is awesome. Has Tecmo Bowl. It has Star Tropics, which is a cool adventure game. Has Pac-Man, which is a good port. Has Metroid, which is great. Kirby's Adventure, which is great. Kid Icarus, which is great. Ice Climber, I wouldn't have added Ice Climber. Has Gradius, which is great. Ghosts and Goblins, Galaga, the first Final Fantasy, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong, like I mentioned, Bubble Bobble, and Balloon Fight. Bubble Bobble's a lot of fun. Balloon Fight, I understand why they left it, because it's Satoru Iwata's video game. He designed it, and so it's like an homage to him. But Ice Climber, you could have gotten rid of Ice Climber and added something else. Maybe Ninja Gaiden 2, or Castlevania 3. Even Excitebike, you could remove. It's a fun game, but you could remove that and add something else. But still, $60, 30 games, all of them except for Ice Climber and Excitebike are a lot of fun. And it's something that, you know, Nintendo has officially stated that they are going to no longer produce. A lot of people were excited and were hopeful that maybe they would release the a Nintendo 64 Classic. Nintendo shut that down real quick. Said no, we have no plans to release the Nintendo 64 Classic. We're actually going to stop production on the Nintendo Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic. So if you love Nintendo and you don't already own a Nintendo or a Super Nintendo, and you have $60 and $80 to plop, I would definitely recommend you get them. They play in HDMI, which is why they're more expensive than the Sega Genesis Classic Edition. That has 80 games, but it's not in HDMI. But the cool thing about that one is that you can actually, you know, connect the cartridges into that Classic Edition, so that's pretty cool. Nintendo obviously was not going to, because it's a real small console, so you can physically insert the cartridges into this. So this is just for collectors or lovers of Nintendo, as am I. I love Nintendo, and I could not pass up owning this piece of history, basically. So this one and this one. So I'm super happy to own both. I owe the credit card. I have to pay this stuff fast, because otherwise the interests are gonna kill me. But I've wanted this thing for 2 years now, and I finally own it. Popped it in. My daughter was playing Super Mario Brothers 2 because you can use Princess Peach, and she loved it. And I remembered when my dad got the Nintendo, and I was playing with him. And just like the father becomes the son becomes the father, and it's really cool. And I can share these games with my kids. 'Cause I own a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo, but you know you have to plug it doesn't look as clean. You have to plug it onto the TV, get the cartridge, blow on it, connect it, and play it that way. And then this one, if you want just a quick plug and play game, this is cool. And I would recommend you get both, but I would probably go with the Super Nintendo one, which is why I picked that one first. The games are a lot longer, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. I'll do a review on the Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic. So that was the pickups. An update, like I said, I just wanted to do a quick update on the channel. Share the video games that I got, the Nintendo Classic and the CDs. I'm gonna record some videos with my daughter, and then I'm going to do a DVD pickup video. So watch out for that. Plus, you know, I want to add some more content into the channel. So until I see you all again, this went on a lot longer than I wanted to. I apologize for that. But until I see you all again, this was Vargas recording from the Vargas Vault. Thanking you all, and hope you are well, and take care.